All right, Amigo, it's your night. Yeah, it's your night, Amigo. We're going to tell your story. You gonna be cute? Want a cookie? You want a cookie? Daddy got a cookie for you. All right, we're going to do a little bit of story about when. Honestly, he's like everybody loves Amigo. Everybody loves Amigo. He's amazing. And there you go. All right. Did you just put all, oh, you put all goo in your water. Okay. Oh, no, she made you molasses water. Okay, all right. This is our handsome Amigo. He is, he's very special on a lot of levels. But what he is a former Bridgeport police officer. This was a man in uniform, and he worked the mean streets of Bridgeport, Connecticut, didn't ya? So anyway, I had gotten this, I don't know what, 9 years ago, probably almost 10 years ago. He's been here a long time, probably 9. I got a phone call saying, they're gonna put down Amigo. Somebody has to do something. And I'm like, Amigo? And they explained that Amigo was a police horse and he was going to be euthanized. And then I got another phone call from somebody else. I got 3 phone calls within like an hour. People begging me to save Amigo's life. So I made a phone call and I said, I'm going to come down there and take a peek at Amigo. At that time, they kept the horses at Seaside Park in Bridgeport. And so I drove down, and I know it was very traumatic. And I parked and I got out and I walked over to where there must have been almost half a dozen horses in this paddock. And I just looked at them, and this one horse looks up, sees me, comes barreling towards me, skids to a halt, and says, "Get me out of here." I said, okay. I went inside and I talked to them and I asked what the story was. And they said that police officers, the ones who ride the horses, are the ones who are supposed to find the retirement homes for their trusty steeds. And this police officer just didn't feel like it. So they had already made the appointment to euthanize Amigo because he had to go before they brought in the new horse that they had purchased to replace him. Replace Amigo. What? Who's the best boy? See what I'm saying? So anyway, so I stepped outside and I said, Amigo, I'll be back with a trailer in an hour. Came back with a trailer, loaded right up. Boy, was he happy to get out of there. So they had diagnosed him with navicular and all this other, but really what the issue was this, because I asked him, what's your issue? He says, the guy who rides me weighs a freaking ton, literally. So his back was sore, and there's this guy just, I know I love my kisses. This guy was just standing with this horse on cement and asphalt for, hours at a time, and it hurt. So if you come around here, you can see he did develop a little bit of a swayback from having a rather large police officer riding him. Yes, did you have a swayback? You did not before. No, you did not. So anyway, so we brought him here, and they had also been using him for someplace else for therapeutic riding. We thought, well, we'll try it. But really, he just didn't want to do anything. We put a couple kids on him and walked him around, and he was like, really? Do we have to do this? So we decided that Amigo had done enough work in his life, and that he could just hang out and eat and give kisses. Do you want another cookie? Are you my good man? So it's been years and years and years, and I don't think there's anybody who comes here who doesn't think Amigo is just like the bomb. So we watch him carefully, and he has a very special diet because his teeth were not well maintained, and he has a few. He has a few teeth. So his diet is mash. he gets mash, and he can't really eat hay very well because he balls it up, and spits it out. He likes to just for the fun of it.
He seems to be doing pretty well with those cookies.
Well, he's fine with cookies. He gets his cookies in just fine, and then he gets the kisses because he loves them. However, he has to have. We give him hay stretcher and alfalfa pellets, and it's mixed with a lot of water, so he gets off. That's his molasses. He has a molasses water bucket. He has a regular water bucket. He has his bucket of mash. And then when he's done, he goes out for the day. Teddy comes through and licks up what's left. And if you shut the door and Teddy can't get in, he gets really, really, really mad. Does anybody have any questions about Amigo? Who do we have on there?
Oh, yeah.
Let me see. Hold on. Here, you go keep Amigo on there. Oh, hi Margaret. Hi Kelly. Michelle! Anyway, okay, so that is the story of Amigo. But now that I've mentioned Teddy, and this didn't take very long, ooh, the competition is stiff between this one and Teddy. Maybe we'll take a walk over and have a conversation with Teddy Bear. Teddy has another equally interesting story. Wait, Amanda, hold on. Hi Lisa from Monroe. He was frisky this morning in the indoor. He also spit on me to express his discontentment that I closed the doors to make sure he didn't get any funny ideas about charging the gate. Yeah, he has ideas. He does. So anyway, yeah, so Annette! Hi Annette! Because, you know, you're not sick of me already today. All right, so we're going to take, here you go. We're going to take a stroll over. He's got lights in there, right? Thank you, Amigo. Let me grab him. Let me grab Teddy's cookies. Hang on, shy. I will give. I'm already in trouble. Shh. I'll get you. Don't tell anybody. Hold on, let me get these lights. Hi, handsome. Oh, and this light is on in there. Make me crazy. So, wait a second. So none of these, there, that one's working. Oh, Teddy. Oh, Amanda, Teddy made a mess of himself today. Okay. Do we have enough light in here?
I think so.
All right, everybody, if you've been here, you've met Teddy. Teddy is, he's our feral pony. He just wanders around and he does whatever he wants. Teddy came here he was another barn and he was a lesson pony, but they didn't like him there and they did bad things to him. Like when he didn't want to move very quickly, they would, I think that's got to be bugging his eyes, baby. Don't worry about the light. It's fine. Isn't it great that they can do like low light now? Remember when we had to have like those big, you know. Okay, so anyway, so we had him kind of as a loan for a lesson pony. He was kind of traumatized, and we later found out that, you know, they called him names and they threw rocks at him to get him to move faster, things like that, which kind of broke our heart. And it took about a year to get him over having been a little traumatized. He's clearly not traumatized anymore. So he became one of our lesson ponies, and a very good lesson pony, very careful, very gentle, but I'll tell you what, he knew his rodeo stuff, and he could jump. He was really very careful, and he could do it all, and if you knew what you were doing, he would really perform. And then he became a stellar therapeutic pony, and oh boy, he's one of the best. Everybody wanted to ride Teddy for therapeutic. One day, we were bringing Teddy out it was Monday night, it was Star Riders, and we got him to the grass just outside the door. We usually let him eat a little grass before they go in, and he just laid down. And I said, and he wanted to get up, and I checked his heart rate, and it was quite high, and it was so high that I actually couldn't hear the murmurs. But the next day, about a half an hour, he just laid there, and then he got up, and then I checked his heart rate. It was still high. It was like 80-ish. The next day it was down to normal. But I called the vet, and the next time time she came out, I said, can you just listen to this? Because it didn't sound like an ordinary heart murmur. It sounded really funky. So Dr. Stacy took a listen, and she's like, well, it's like he's got a murmur going in and a murmur going out. And when he gets excited or angry, his heart rate goes sky high, and then he just drops. So, and I explained this. Now, when Shannon first started working here as the trainer, I explained it to her. I'm like, Teddy does whatever he wants. See, Teddy had wanted to stay out. And I said no, and I tried to drag him up the hill, and he stopped, and he wouldn't go to his paddock. And I'm like, fine, you could stay out for an hour. Came back, still couldn't get him up the hill. It's too hard to walk up the hill. He's so full of crap. You know, so like later in the day, he goes tearing up and down the hill, getting everybody else going. And I'm like, this is how you want to like figure out how to train me to keep you out? Well, it doesn't matter, because Teddy's out. Teddy's out. Teddy does whatever he wants. So Shannon starts working here, and there was like hay on the ground, and he was making a mess of it. She took it away. She calls me in a panic, and she says, I think Teddy's colicking. He's down. He's making all these noises. I said, what did you do to Teddy? What did you do to Teddy? And she says, nothing. He was making a mess with the hay, and I took it away. I'm like, you took the hay away from Teddy? Oh my God, don't do that. Give Teddy anything he wants, because if he gets upset and his heart rate goes up, he drops. So if you come to Locket's Meadow and you see the horse just wandering around doing whatever the heck he wants, this is who we're talking about. This is Teddy, and we hope he is with us forever. 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 Because he is... Teddy, would you just back up? What are you doing to Daddy? Back it up. Back it up. Back it up. Well, I'm done. Anybody have any questions about our teddy bear? Teddy, Theodore, what else do we call him? Bear, Mr. T. Ooh, you're fresh. But I won't yell at him because, you know, anyway.
Oh, it's just, don't yell at me. I have a heart murmur.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. So, anyway. Oh, there's Danny. Hi, Danny. Oh, Stacy Randall. Hi. How old is Teddy? You know what? That's a good question. He's well into his 20s. I mean, he wasn't a newbie when we got him. He was probably, what were you, like 18? No, like 16. But he's been here for 10, 12, 14 years. Teddy's been here a long time. So Teddy doesn't have to work. See, that's how we do it here. If you don't really want to work, you don't have to work. You could just wander around and cause trouble.
Hey, wait a minute.
Make messes in the hay shed. You don't know if you're a horse.
Oh.
It doesn't. Sorry. Maybe did you think that there was an option for you?
Well, I thought I maybe missed checking that box in the application. So
You totally blew it. Well, it's too late now. Contract signed. Anyway, so that's one of our other old gentlemen. He is a gentleman. We have some of the sweetest old horses. We have a lot of old horses here. So the point is if they don't really want to work, they don't have to. The ones who want to work love to work. They really enjoy it.
Hero
loved to work. He did a great job. Sonora loves to work. God, if I rode Captain every day, you know, I'm the worst mother in the whole world.
You wouldn't be able to walk.
I wouldn't be able to walk, but he would be the happiest horse in the whole world because his job is to be a horse. Oh, don't you start on Captain. They all get mad because he's my special, but I don't have time to ride, so it doesn't even count. It doesn't even count. Oh, I love you. All right. Any questions, anybody, aside from...
Annette asks how long do horses live?
They can live, well, let's see. I've known some to make it past 40.
How old was Logan?
Logan, he was well
He's pushing 40.
No, he was into his 30s, though. He was maybe 32.
Oh, see, now we're talking about Logan.
Oh, Logan was competition.
Yeah.
Logan was competition. Do you see what they did today? They all rolled everywhere in the mud. So, oh yeah, here's the other thing. We had straw in his stall because he's a shavings eater. So when we talk about all of our special needs animals, we went down the list of everything for Amigo. His wet food, his special grains all soaked, his 2 kinds of water, blah, blah, blah. This this one would eat shavings and give himself colic. So he cannot have any shavings in his stall. We have several of them that are shavings eaters, including
Patchman.
Hey Patchouli, who is in the stall right behind him. And they'll have to have straw, which for some reason is expensive.
Amanda asks if you can talk about Clue. She doesn't know his story.
You don't know about Sure, let's take a walk over to Clue. Cluebert. But if you ask him what his name is, he will tell you. Because he told me he wanted to be mysterious. His name is House of Clues. No, really. Hey, Shay Shay.
Hey, do you need more cookies, babe?
Oh man, they're all drooling down here.
Hold on.
Hi, Mason. Actually cracks me up because he's not even like, I mean, he's like a caricature of a horse. Okay, here's his story. Here, I'll come in with you. I will come in with you. All right. So I knew that he was part Arab. He was a PMU foal, and he came in Captain's group. Captain and Isabel and Clue, and they all came in as babies together. Okay, so this one, I knew he was part Arab. I knew his mama was an Arab. I didn't know what his daddy was. Well, that was, oh, we got lights on him back still. We'll get them later. So, okay, silly me. It turns out that he's half Arab and half Appaloosa. That's not even something that should be done. It's just not. So he was born, all of the PMUs are born in May, but he was a late baby. They actually had him marked down as having been born in early June. So not only was he a small variety of horse, he was younger. He was younger than the other horses by several weeks. So there's this trailer load of all these gigantic draft colts and fillies, and there's like 20 of them on this thing, and they're all huge. And they all load off the trailer, and the last one to come off is this one. He's 3.5 months old when we get him. 3.5 months old, and he's tiny, and he's shaking in the corner, and he's nuts. There's just, I mean, you know what? It's 4 days on a trailer with a bunch of draft babies. He was not okay. He was traumatized when he got, were you traumatized? So we've had him 15 years now. Now he's trained to ride, and he's super fancy. He's super funny, and he's super, super spooky. And we just decided that it's safer not to ride Clue. I'm just too big for him. I mean, he's a pony. Would you want Mommy to ride you?
Julia used to ride him.
Julia did. Yep, Julia Santoro used to ride him. But there were a few people. Oh my gosh, what's her name? And she had adopted Bannon from us. She used to ride him too. But honestly, he was just not particularly safe. He's neurotic, but he's gorgeous. So he's this beautiful red roan with this gorgeous red mane. Look at him. He says, "Oh, rub my mane, Mama." So yeah, he's been to professional trainer. We've done it all. He's just, you know what? Arab and Appy. I think that he would make a phenomenal endurance horse if you could stay on him for the first 3 or 4, 5 or 6, 10 miles. If you could stay on him and he settles in, you could go 100 miles on this horse, okay?
Remember when he bumped with Teddy?
Oh, yeah. Yep. He's a good boy. He's House of Clues. How mysterious are you? Mommy loves you. So anyway, he doesn't do anything but eat. He's fat. Okay, there's no question. He's just a little bit round. He's a little bit round. Sometimes he starts to look like a tick. But but you know. But if you saw him move, holy mackerel, he's
Remember when the
fancy.
3 of them would be out there?
Oh, and they would be tearing around,
Oh,
the
my
3
God.
of them, the 3 babies that all came together.
Yes.
You cannot eat that's Mama's phone. That's a Mama's phone. So anyway, here. Whoops. All right, here, scoot out. That is the story of Crazy Cluey. Oh, he's beautiful. We absolutely love him. We love him. He's a good boy. Mwah. But, you know, no, he doesn't actually do anything. He just dresses up the place. So, and, Sonora. We will tell her story one day. I have to give her one. Let's see. Who's on? Oh, hi, Amber. Yes, I am wearing my Lula. And, Aideen, hi. Yeah. Of course, they're pretty grubby. I've been doing everything in them today. But they're so comfy. All right, anybody want to hear any other stories while we're doing this? Any requests on ponies that are in the aisle? If you guys know who's in the aisle. This is the... Oh! How long is it? Do we have time? What time is it?
Doesn't say.
Doesn't say. Anybody know what time it is? We don't have a working clock over here. It's in the indoor. We can do... There's a very, very muddy Adele who has a really good story. If anybody is interested. Oh my God. Okay, that is a light gray horse. Let's see if we can find some light gray on her.
Amanda said it's 5:25.
5:25. Okay, we've got 5 minutes. They had a lovely time rolling in the mud today. Here you go, sweetheart. Okay, this is Adele. She came in, good Lord, 8 years ago now? Got to be almost 9 years. That's when the PMU program fell apart, and they decided to ship all of those mares to slaughter, the pregnant mares. We pulled, I don't know, we got a lot of them. I mean, I bet we got a couple dozen out. This was with a group of 3 that we drove down to, it was New Holland, and we pulled them all pregnant, and they all came here, and they're all a little bit wild. She's not anymore. Is the other side of you clean? What did you do? What did you do? Okay, so they're all pregnant. And this one she was the last one to deliver? Okay, who was first? It was Elena was first. She had Leo first, and he was premature. That was exciting. Then Brigitte had, oh my gosh. Lissy. And then this one had Adeline. Okay, so it was like the middle of the day, and I was on this side, and it was, Ashley comes running over. She had the baby. I'm like, she didn't have the baby. They never have babies during the day. They always wait until everybody's like asleep. That's what they do. We go running back. The biggest, yeah, that was you, right? No, that was Elena. I'm sorry, I'm telling the wrong story. This is the Mother's Day story. Excuse me, I need coffee really bad. I've been having a long day. It was Mother's Day. I wanted her, okay, I cut a deal. Me and my cutting deals. With this one, she was in labor, and it was the day before Mother's Day. And I was like, if you have this baby, if you wait and have this baby on Mother's Day present, I will consider her my Mother's Day present. And then you and your baby will never, ever, ever, ever leave. You will just be here. And being an opinionated little mare, back, you're crowding Daddy. We watched and watched and watched. It was 12:02, and she dropped that baby. It was like 12:02 a.m. on Mother's Day. Dropped the baby, and she's like, there, I got it. Are you happy? So Adeline, who was enormous. She was this enormous thing with these big legs, and she's the tallest horse we have. She's close to 18 hands, and she's just stunning. And she's also this lovely gray, but you can't tell what her mother is. She's this gorgeous thing.
I feel like I'm fighting Joe Frazier.
Yeah, here,
She's got me in the
step
corner.
out. Go there. Go there. Anyway, so she's here because she was clever enough to cross her legs and keep that baby in until Mother's Day, and they're here. They both are really beautiful, really sweet. Her daughter's like insanely talented and big and gorgeous, huh? Yeah, she's taller than both Ernie and, she's taller than Ernie. She's got like that much on Ernie. Not as boxy though. She's not as boxy, and oh, is she fun. So anyway, that's this one's story. So she was going to slaughter with all the other, they slaughtered, tens of thousands of pregnant mares because nobody's going to keep them and feed them. They weren't even going to try and sell them any other way because they shut down from 500 PMU ranches where they had over 50,000 mares total. I think they're down to maybe like 20 ranches at this point.
Babe, running out of battery, quick question from Amanda. Why don't they share a paddock?
Who?
Addie and Deli.
Oh, it just didn't work out that way because we separated out the babies when we weaned them. So they were near each other, but they're actually in side-by-side paddocks for a while. And then the babies all stayed together. And then this one, and we split them all up again because Elena was hard on her. So now Elena's in with boys. It's really getting the paddocks correct is a juggling act. It goes on and on and on and on. Some are these perfect little paddocks like Amigo's paddock, with Clue and Adele. But it took a while to get somebody that was sturdy enough to stand up to the size of Adeline. So anyway, no, it was eventually they really need to be weaned. Kind of like Clementine and Calliope should be. But so far, what is it, like 8 years now? No. Anyway, all right. Any other questions, guys? Because I got to go home and feed the house birds and let a pig outside.
We're out of battery.
It's done?
No, it keeps flashing low battery.
Oh, low battery. Okay. Da, 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 da. Okay, so I guess that's it because the phone is going to die. But we got a lot in for a dying phone. All right, so thank you for joining us. And tomorrow, Frisco's Pizza. If it dies on me, it dies. Frisco's Pizza, okay? Fundraiser. Look online and you can see all the details. And I will be there in the afternoon. So, okay, thanks everybody. Bye-bye.